Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good day wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Cup of Calm, and I am joined here by my guest, Mrs. Donnelly-Marshall. Now, this is a lovely lady who I just met only recently, 7-8 months now, and I've got to tell you, I'm super inspired by the story that Miss Ann here has and is willing to share in public to the world, and I can't wait to introduce you to Ann. Now, Ann, here's a little bit of information a bit about Ann. Now, Ann is an apprentice to Christ. She's a wife to, now these are her words, a wonderful, gorgeous man by the name of Wayne. She's a mother of two to twin girls who are now 28, plus a grandmother to 2 and a bit. So there's a couple of others as well that she's a mother to. And she is also being blessed to have in her life some amazing other people, which I'm sure we could spend a whole day listing here if we did. Now, Ann is a former nurse for 33 years. Ann, thank you so much for your service. And now she's working currently at Burleigh Church at the op shop, as well as food help. Now, Ann is also the president of Mermaid Beach Surf Lifesaving Club. Without further ado, please, let's welcome Ann to the Cup of Calm. Ann, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, Chef.
I really appreciate it. So, tell me, what has inspired you to be on this journey, to get on this journey? Tell us more about, I guess, the wonderful world of what it's like to be an apprentice to Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because, you know, God is love and all you need is love. So the song goes. So I love spreading love. I find it very enjoyable, very easy to be loving and kind, and I get the pleasure every day of helping people at Burleigh Church because we've got the op shop and we're like cheap but not nasty. And we also do free food help, and there's so many people struggling at the moment in the world. We have people come through our doors every day that are in desperate need of food and clothes and just things to survive. You know, they're not after party dresses or nice decorations for their house. They just want food and basic necessities. So I get to hug a lot of people. They come in and, you know, it's really hard for them to come in and ask for a handout. So we make it as easy as we can by just loving them and, you know, and just welcoming them and thanking them for coming to see us and all that sort of stuff. So it's very beautiful. We had a beautiful lady come in today. Her and her husband were homeless for quite a few couple of years. They've been in housing for nearly 12 months, and they've just been told they've only got 4 more months and then they have to move again, and they haven't got anywhere to go, and how rentals are crazy here on the Gold Coast, really difficult to get. So they're desperate to find somewhere. So gave them lots and lots of food today, and that just means they can pay a couple of bills and stuff. So it's really great. I love that. I love what you're doing, what you stand for. And what are some of the challenges have you got any challenges, or have you had to experience any challenges on this path of yours? Plenty of challenges. I think that before I became Christian like 12 years ago, I had a very different life. I was 42. I'm nearly 55, don't tell anyone. I was 42 and had led a very colourful life, and the challenges that I've faced have been when the old Ann comes out with frustrations and worries and things like that, and I go back to old habits and not loving and kind to myself, because it's really important if you want to be loving and kind to others that you're full of love and kindness for yourself, so that you give from a place of love and kindness, not from a place of, you know, I suck. And I used to think I sucked a lot, so I didn't treat myself very nicely, and I think I've gotten much better at being nicer about myself, and then it makes it easier to be loving and kind to others.
I love that.
It's really special.
And we can't pour from an empty cup.
Correct.
We simply can't.
Fill your cup.
and what are some of the ways, because you give so much to so many people out there, what are some of the ways that you give to yourself? What sort of, I guess, tips could you give to those watching? How does Anne fill her cup?
So I do that by making sure the first thing I do in the morning is read the Bible, because that helps me remember about being loving, kind. I keep repeating those words, but they're everything. But also generous, patient, all the good things that you want, how you want others to treat you.
Yeah.
Doing that for yourself. First thing in the morning, about half an hour of just reminding myself of what my purpose is here on earth. And then the other thing is I wear lots of hats with all the different jobs and everything that I do. So I also make sure I give myself time out. I used to work 7 days a week, catching up all the time. And now I don't. I'll only do 5 generally. Might do a bit on Saturday. I tend to give myself Sunday off. And it's amazing. The list is just as long as it used to be when I worked 7 days. So I try to work from a place of rest. So rest first and then work well, instead of working till I fall over and then resting. And it doesn't work all the time, trust me. But when I am feeling frazzled, I know I need to stop and stop well.
Yes, I love that. And you come from a place of self-care first before we give to others.
Yes.
And I mean, I used this example earlier today when, in the event of an incident in an aeroplane, you're instructed, the very first person to receive that oxygen mask is yourself. Once you receive that oxygen mask, then you can go ahead and help those in need.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, a couple of years ago, you experienced a bit of some challenges, some emotional distress.
Yeah, so nearly 14 years ago, my dad passed away. He was only 66, and he was very unwell, and it was just... I had been a nurse at that stage for like 30 plus years, and I was not ready to feel. I did not realise the depth of pain that happens when a parent passes.
Wow.
Because I've looked after plenty of people on their last days, actually looked after them after they've passed. Do you know, I thought, I've got this. So then, when Dad actually died, I was shocked at how hard it was. Right. I remember apologising to my beautiful sister-in-law Julie, because she'd lost both her parents by then, and I was not as supportive as I could have been. And then after Dad died, I actually rang her and I said, I am so sorry, I did not realise how hard it is. I was really blown away by how hard it was. And after about 6 months, I felt like I could start breathing again. And I've often said that there's this underwhelming sort of drag since Dad died. And then after a while, I thought, oh no, I'm not so bad now. And it was in a discussion with you a couple of weeks ago that I realised it's not that heaviness had gone, I'd just gotten used to carrying it. So for 14 years, I felt very sad.
Right.
A lot of loss about Dad dying. My father was an alcoholic, and the last couple of years he was alive, we didn't spend a lot of time with him. And so there was that loss of time I could have spent with my beautiful father. He's a lovely, wonderful, gorgeous man, like my husband. But he really was very loving and kind. And he had his own hurts and pains from when he was quite young that affected him. And I think he just drank to get through every day. And so there was that loss of when he was still alive, and we couldn't spend a lot of time with him. It just, the situation wasn't there. And then after he died, there was that sense of never being able to repair that.
Right.
So it's like a double loss. Having said that, he was in hospital 2 weeks before he passed, and it was the best 2 weeks we'd had in a very long time, spending time with Dad. and reminiscing and all that sort of stuff. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
So for 14 years, you held on to that sorrow, that sadness,
Yes.
and you got used to carrying that
Yes.
baggage. Only until recently, there was a way you found where you've turned it around.
Yeah.
And this is the inspiring part,
Which Sheb helped me with, guys. She doesn't want to, she's like, don't, but I tell you what, this woman is wonderful. Through conversation with you, I realised that I was holding on to loss and sadness because I didn't want to forget my dad. So it was like dad, loss and sadness were all intertwined. And so I had to hold on to the loss and sadness if I wanted to hold on to my dad. And Sheb actually helped me realise that I don't have to hold on to the loss and sadness. And she encouraged me to think about how I can do it differently. And so I was going for a walk on the beach one morning and I thought, oh my gosh, before Dad died, I used to do mini triathlons. And I thought I could do another mini triathlon. Dad was so proud of me. And it's the reason I stopped, because I associated him with doing the mini triathlons. So I thought, wow, if I could take this sadness and loss and turning it into inspiration by doing another mini triathlon on my 55th birthday, Dad will be so proud of me.
Of course he would. Wow.
Yeah.
And that is one of the magic that we wanted to share with you on just how something that could be turning or pulling you down, dragging you down, preventing you from moving forward, how one person can just turn that into a form of inspiration.
Yeah.
So on the 55th birthday, that's coming.
Not too far away.
So this is now accountability. You do realise now. Not too far away.
I've got about 6 months, so
Yeah. And we can't wait to follow you on that journey. I think that you're going to not only inspire your community, but God knows, now that we have this live, we're going to...
I know I can do it.
We're going to be on that sideline with some pom-poms. And it just goes to show folks that, yes, we can feel sad. Yes, we can feel sorrow. We can feel pain. It's okay to experience those emotions. However, when we hold on to them for too long, that it prevents us from moving ahead in our lives, that's when it becomes a problem. And that is what we want to acknowledge, that you don't have to hold on.
14 years, it's pretty tiring. Yeah.
It's a lot.
And it's not that I haven't done stuff in those 14 years, of course I have, but I haven't been as light as I could have been. Yeah.
And that just knowing that you can it's okay to let go.
Yeah.
And then it's okay to move forward. I just drank that too fast. Thank you.
Very wonderful.
Thank you. So when does
very exciting.
When does training start?
I've got to go and see the physio. So I spoke to the physio last week and he said we could definitely do that. Got a few injuries. So he said he'll get my body going.
Love it.
And a fellow that I work with at church used to do a lot of triathlon himself, Lockie. So he's going to be my personal trainer.
Nice.
And I've actually already had a few people say that they would like to come along on the journey and do it with me.
And this is the flow-on effect.
Yeah.
When you make a decision, just like how Anne has,
Yep.
she's made a decision now, and now it's all about, well, who's my team here? Let's gather
the
the
village.
The village.
Yeah.
The community that brings this dream into reality.
Yeah.
Right? And we're here to support you, and I just cannot wait to watch the journey unfold for you. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I'm so looking forward to run across that finish line.
Yeah.
And just do it for me, but
Yes.
in memory of Dad. Not do
love
it for
that.
Dad. Do you know what I mean? Do it for me
Absolutely.
in memory of my dad. So
I love that. I love that.
yeah.
Awesome. And if I could ask you, if there were a tip that you can throw out there for someone who might be going through something similar, who may have just recently lost their loved ones, what is something that you can provide? What are some tips that you can provide to help them overcome what they're going through?
I firmly, strongly believe that love is everything. I really do. And just when someone passes on, their love doesn't die. Love is eternal. Love is just wonderful. And I know that my dad still loves me. He could see me from wherever he is. I like to think that that's heaven. And just the love doesn't die. Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Our soul goes on, just like they sang in the Titanic.
Yes. No, I won't. I was gonna. No, I won't go there. I love it. So the main message here, folks, is that love. It's that love that you feel for that person, and that will never die, will it? Never. One of the greatest energies and frequencies out there. And Billy has just said amen to that. Thank you for watching, Billy. Thank you. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And
my dad wouldn't want me to be sad and lost.
Important.
Dad would want me to be happy and living a fulfilling life. Yeah, because he loves me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And of course he would want you to be happy. And,
Yes.
you know, he's probably cheering you on now.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. He'd be so proud.
All right, some fun questions here for Anne. Now, Ellen has just made a comment here. Love makes the world go round. Absolutely. Love it, Ellen. Thank you so much for your comment and for watching. Now, some fun questions for you, Anne. Now, if you could pick one song to play every time you walked in a room, what would that song be?
Here they come, walking down the street, get the funniest looks from everyone they meet.
I love it.
Hey, with the monkeys. Yeah.
You don't want to hear this. What's your favourite pastime activity?
It's actually a toss-up between reading about God, the Bible and other books. Love finding out about how he works. But also, the other thing I really love doing is singing at church. I sing at church on Sundays sometimes with my friends Kim and Shirley. Love it.
Nice. So good. And if you could have any superpower, what power would you have and why?
I did have a little sneaky think about this one, and I thought it would be being able to excel through the day on little sleep.
I love that. Imagine how productive you would be, the type of work that you would get done.
Yeah. Minimal sleep, lots of ability.
I love it. And I love how you said excel. Favourite food?
Favourite food is chocolate.
Ooh. What type of chocolate?
Just Cadbury Dairy Milk, fruit and nut. Love it. Love it. Don't eat it anymore, but it's my favourite food.
Easter's coming.
Easter is coming. I don't want to have any because I might not be able to stop.
I can relate to that. Now, any questions here? While I know there's a few of you watching here, any questions, feel free to put them into the comments now. Or if you like, you can pop them in and I'm sure Anne will have a look and have a read and answer them for you. But before we go and before we wrap this up, Anne, any final messages, any final words of wisdom from Anne that you wish to share?
I think after 54 years, pretty much reiterating what I said before, after 54 years I realised that the best thing you can do for yourself to have a good life is to be kind and loving to yourself. If you go about your life kicking yourself in your own butt, you just have a bruised butt, and if I did that now I'd probably fall over. One foot up, the other kick in my butt, I would probably actually fall over and hurt myself. So kicking your own butt doesn't work. Being loving and kind to yourself definitely works. It's funny because when I was younger, if I said something silly that I thought, you know how you say something and then you go, oh, shouldn't have said that. Now I go, oh, gosh, I'm a dill, I shouldn't have said that. I'm just not as hard on myself as I used to be. And we get a bit wise, hopefully, as we get older, and Yeah. So
Words of
loving
wisdom.
and kind
Couldn't
to
it?
ourselves.
Loving and kind. And you cannot go wrong, can you?
No.
You cannot go wrong.
No.
Makes a beautiful ingredient to make the world and make the love go around the
That's
world
it.
by bringing love and kindness. And what a fabulous way to end this beautiful live. And thank you so much for sharing your inspiration. Now, if this amazing lady has inspired you, please feel free to share. Please share this live to your community, to your network. You just never know who it's going to inspire. I mean, it might be just one thing that Anne may have said that would have triggered something in someone and would have sparked or ignited something within someone and have helped them to take action, whatever action leading towards whatever that might be for them. So I encourage you to share and feel free to ask any questions. And again, thank you for those of you for watching, for being here. And if you are watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay so we know that you've watched the replay. Thank you again for joining us. And let's all thank
you,
Anne.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you so much, Anne. Really appreciate your time. Really do.
Welcome.
And we cannot wait till till the
September.
and following the event, we will come back live and we will do a follow-up. How's that?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Put it in. What? This is Sheb coming to you live from the Cup of Calm, and we cannot wait to follow up on this amazing lady's mission and her words of wisdom. We cannot wait to share them with the world. So be kind, be loving.
Yeah.
May you go with all that goodness in your heart and spread and sprinkle that everywhere.
That's it. Everywhere, every corner.
I love it. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.